Hey. How are we all doing? Welcome back to another week. We are live for another week of streaming, so it's great to be with you guys. Welcome. Hang on, let me just go down. I need to fix this. There we go. Let's get that like that. And I will be on camera in just a second, and then we'll be rolling for today. But yeah, let me know who we have in the chat. Get your commenting, get your likes in, and welcome. I hope you had a great weekend. So yeah, I hope you're all good. I'm just finishing off some bits, and then we will be going. So yeah, let me know what you did over the weekend. Let me know what you was up to, and yeah. Let me crack on in just a second. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this week. Should be a great week. We'll cover it. We've got some great stuff coming as well, so it should be fantastic. Right, we're nearly done. I'm gone. Right. There we go. Right. I'm ready. Sorry about that. We're just sorting some final bits before we go on. Right. Welcome to the show. Hope everyone had a great weekend, like I said. And I hope you're ready for a big week because we've got plenty to cover today. Obviously, moving into this week is the last couple days of September. It is, the end of the month tomorrow. So we get the monthly close on the candle. And then, of course, Wednesday is the 1st of October. So obviously, first day of the month, monthly open. And obviously into Q4 as well. So the end of Q3, moving into Q4 should be great. And I am looking forward to it. So if you're looking forward to it as well, let me know. Of course, do make sure you get your likes in. And yeah, I'm excited to cover this week. So let me just get this in here. Bada boom. Let me pin this. And yeah. So Bitcoin, of course, we've had a great push up on Bitcoin. Fantastic push up. What's this? What's this? Yeah, fantastic push up on Bitcoin. Of course, if you look on the 1 hour on Stonksy, we've nailed this move. Just basically perfect. You can see if we zoom out a bit more, we came in red on the 20th, Saturday the 20th, and we rode it all the way down. And then we actually did close out yesterday. Late on in the afternoon, the red background, and we went into the green there, just above 110k. And then, as you can see, we've done nothing but rally since. So that is a great call on Stonksy from that. Let me know if you caught that. Have you caught the Bitcoin reversal? Did you catch the drop? Do let me know. So yeah, that's where we're up to with that. And obviously, that has brought around quite a good push up, across the overall market as well. As you can see, Asta has pushed up a little bit again. We came down to a low of 170 yesterday and basically came in for an SR test of obviously all this that we had before we went on to higher prices. So basically came in for an SR test of that. Oh, I've got backache today. So that's where we are with that. ETH has pushed up a wee bit as well. Not as much as Bitcoin, I don't think, but what really obviously is causing ETH some issues is coming back into here. So obviously this is where we consolidated on ETH. And then we dropped down again. So this is supply. So as you can see, this here is obviously where supply came in, which is obviously why we've started hitting a brick wall now on ETH. So really, the fun will start on ETH should we get above here, and then obviously heading up towards the upside from there. So that's obviously what we're looking at on ETH. If I was looking at it from here, I would probably look at it like this and say, ETH back up towards into here. Should we get above the grey box is something that looks good to me from there. Are you still long on hype? No, close that out. That was a great entry though. Did anyone catch that? Obviously from Thursday's stream, because I wasn't on Friday. Thursday's stream, we went long on hype and we went long on Bitcoin, didn't we? Which, yeah, obviously ended up being quite nice. And as you can see, obviously on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, apart from late on, we basically just compressed and consolidated, didn't we? So yeah, that's what we're looking at with that. Obviously from this point on, what do we want? We want Bitcoin to go higher. We're probably looking now up towards here on Bitcoin as maybe the kind of next port of call in towards this region here. I mean, we could tighten that up and clean it up a little bit if we wanted to, in towards here. But that looks obviously like the next port of call for Bitcoin, the next sell-off region. And then obviously from there, we'll probably then come up into here as the next. So two regions to the upside, which, yeah, keen taking my interest. Obviously next one will be up into here. Again, test supply from here from that sell-off. And then, of course, above there, then test supply up between 115 and 116k. That's if we remain bullish and obviously don't fall off from here. So, yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Whatever it is. Oh, my back is killing me today. But, yeah, that's Bitcoin. I mean, fairly simple for me. I mean, obviously, the other thing is the case of, well, if we do fall off from here, where do we go down to? And obviously we're scaling, low time frame. We're obviously looking at that. If you're looking at, say, something like this, the 15-minute chart, this zone looks quite all right. There's obviously maybe be a bit of evidence for here, but there's not really too much consolidation in there. I prefer this little block here is a nicer area. So, maybe we get some sort of flush out and then bounce from there. And then obviously, ultimately, apart from that, then we're coming to test the lows, aren't we? So there's not a massive amount looking to the downside. Obviously, the key would be try and keep within some form of uptrend, which maybe, obviously testing that, which would obviously kind of in turn, we'd stay above where we found resistance in and around here. So that would all look good. Hey, Justin, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. So yeah, obviously, if we was, maybe looking for pullbacks, I think, maybe this, obviously scaling low time frame, maybe looks like a good little region, maybe for a retest if we pull back. Apart from that, obviously, it would be then the lows. But yeah, I think obviously moving to the upside from here, I'm keen to see obviously the reaction at these two supply regions. Obviously, we've got supply in here, and then we've got supply in here. So yeah, where do we go from there? And then, of course, ultimately after that, I think we basically come in and wipe out. Obviously, you would imagine wipe out the highs here and come for a proper test of 120k. You would think, in my view, because above there, obviously, we've wiped out some key supply areas, and it would make sense to go on and test 120k from there. In my view, anyway. Maybe people think I'm wrong. How do, Scotty? How do? Great to see you, mate. Great to see everyone. Thank you all that have jumped in. It's great to see everyone. Yeah. So that's where we're up to anyway with Bitcoin. Let me know, have you got any different levels? Have you got maybe a different idea? I am long on Apex as well. I bought spot though. I'm spot long on this from 180. So this is a spot long trade. I don't actually have any perps open on Apex, but in and around 180. And what am I looking for? Hang on, let me just get it over here to where I got in. It was in and around there, wasn't it? Yeah. What am I looking for on Apex? I would like to see a good couple of X on this, considering the things that they're doing. Now, what is my risk tolerance on this? I think I would probably treat this as a trade where I'd really only be looking to compound if we went down. So obviously we can ignore the stop loss. And yeah, obviously with it being spot long, if we did end up getting a dip towards $1 or wherever, I would only be looking to add from there. Now, obviously, you may be questioning what is Apex if you don't know. Unfortunately, I didn't get in on this. I didn't even think about, does Bybit have a decentralized exchange? So unfortunately, I missed all this rally, but, obviously, with these things, it can be important to obviously get on board for the next legs higher. I would be looking, I'm kind of hoping for at least 3x, so up towards, $500 million valuation. But, this thing, a 1 billion for Bybit being on board, I don't think is too much of an ask. And obviously that's up towards $10. So why am I bullish on this? One, obviously, because it's perp deck season. I think we're still within perp deck season. I think we've seen that, given the reaction from Apex on Saturday into Sunday. Obviously that's pushing up. Perp decks is that this narrative isn't fading off yet. Blue, which I covered obviously last week. I don't know if anyone got in on Blue. I did drop this into the Discord server. This went on a great rally up towards here. I know Wiz got in on this as well, made some nice money on it. Yeah, Blue is obviously the main perp deck of Sui, and obviously Aster itself still holding up relatively well. But yeah, Apex obviously still small market cap. Where I got in on was 180 is $180 million market cap, so still quite small. And they are doing $12 million of buybacks just on chain, so everyone can see it. So it's actually transparent buybacks, which will then be burnt and, well, locked and burnt. But also, they are pledging 50% of daily revenue to buying back and burning, and also, obviously, Bybit have come out and, you know, formally backed it and stuff. So you would think, you would like to think anyway, they've got eyes on a lot higher. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, that's my other play. Perp deck season, baby. I do think that we may see Pump come out with one. So this is something I've been pondering, and yeah, I didn't get in on Pump here. I was looking at Pump, but it kind of went without me. But I do think we may see, obviously, Solana is kind of lacking. I did discuss this one last week, Zex, which is rebranding to Bullet. That's obviously hoping to be Solana's one. But I do think if Pump come out and say we're going to do perps, it would probably instantly swallow the market share. And obviously put Pump on this kind of narrative as well. So that's something else I'm watching. I would love to get in on Pump should we retrace back down. But that's pretty much all of it. Not really much else changed from last week. Let me know, have you been trying to ride the perp decks narrative? Have you been bidding anything? What are your thoughts on it? I did also put a low cap in the Discord as well, which is obviously like a zero or hero type of play. I think it's down maybe like 20%, which is not much obviously on a small cap, but I did put that into the Discord as well. I won't put it on stream, but yeah, that's in there too, which is, yeah, just a really high risk, high reward play. So, but obviously Mantle doing well. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Apex this week. I've got high hopes. Like I said, I'm hoping to get a good couple of X out of this before jumping off, and then just kind of see what happens with it. I'm not really too fussed on trying to ride this to the max. I'm hoping to get a couple of X out of it and then just on to the next thing, yeah. Jeff, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. Thanks for jumping in. But yeah, you guys let me know what you'd like me to see. What you'd like me to look at. We are getting a nice push up on Bitcoin, and of course Stonksy hit that 1 hour reversal very, very nicely there. Very nicely. So that is yeah, what I was looking at from that point on. Like I said, ETH, I think obviously we're coming into kind of this supply area here where we consolidated, didn't we? And then sold off. So if you're not already in on ETH, I suppose it depends on where you would maybe see fit getting in. Obviously from here, I think the main thing is probably clearing this grey box. Let me know in the chat if you agree with me or not. Clearing this grey box, and then obviously that probably opens the road up to then fill in this fast sell-off and come back into supply. And then, you know, maybe where do we go from there on ETH if we're going to get, you know, nice and bullish? Then probably up in towards here on ETH, 4,600. Again, you can draw it as a nice little zone if you want. You could draw it there like that. If you want a little zone to play with, you can do that. So, you know, above here into there on ETH. I have got a sore throat today, so yeah, do bear with me if I cough. 4280. Do you want to see 4280 cleared first? Or that's where you're looking for, Justin? Is that where you're looking for? You want to see 4280 cleared before maybe looking for higher? Yeah, this is kind of what I'm looking for, right? Personally. Just want to see this grey box cleared, which would obviously clear supply, clear that low time frame resistance from last week, and then obviously just give us this, which is a very fast and thin sell-off with not really much there. So I'd be looking obviously it to then maybe trade into supply from that point. Actually take profit for your long. Ah, right, okay, yeah, very nice. So that's obviously where we're up to with the big ones. Obviously covered Pump. I was selfishly hoping for maybe some more down on Pump, but I do think, yeah, maybe we're not going to get it, given that it's already retraced. What will it have done? Probably about 45% from its high. So maybe we're not going to get another sell-off on Pump, but maybe looking to get in if we retrace a bit further down. Would love to have hit that, but yeah, I didn't get in on it. Unfortunately, a bit asleep at the wheel. Solana, obviously, this was the trade from Thursday, which got stopped out, as you can see, just very minorly as well. Look at that, just literally taken out on a wick there. So that maybe have been bad stop loss placement on my part, but we have obviously accelerated. The hype one went a lot better. I don't know if is the hype one still open. Yeah, so there's the hype one. So hype one obviously went a lot better. We didn't get stopped out on the hype one. So yeah, made back obviously what I lost on the Solana one, plus some nice little bit of profit bag too. So yeah, there's them two done. Closed out the hype one as well now. So for anyone that obviously was on Thursday stream and maybe followed, hopefully you followed the hype one. How are we doing, Flowing? Great to see you. I'm tired of old lives. Well, it was great to see you, Flowing. Thank you for jumping in. If you do want me to cover any specific altcoin, do let me know in the chat. And I, of course, can more than be available to take a look. This thing is interesting, isn't it? This thing, well, look what that did on Saturday night. Another scam pump. Yeah, this thing's interesting. I think for this, it's kind of come into the zone that I was looking at. And then, obviously, down here, I'm not interested in playing this at all. This is more so just like being a speculator and just kind of seeing if it ever does turn around. I'm not really got any interest in trying to be the hero and catch this. Yeah, more so just interested to see if it does bottom at any point and where. But I think I can't remember when I drawn this out, but that's the next level down I've got drawn anyway, so we'll see. But yeah, let me know if you'd like me to cover anything specific. We've got, what have we got? I'm trying to see what we covered last week, if there's anything significant. There are some. I'm guessing a lot of these are low caps though, so these movements on these may not be too much. This stable one, I know someone got me to look at this. I saw a lot of attention on this as well last week. I don't know what this does or whatever, but that's up 16% and obviously still hanging in and around its highs. Whatever that thing is anyway. But yeah, Bitcoin, Stonksy's played it beautifully so far. So let's sorry. Just let me get a drink. Stonksy has played that beautifully so far. So let's see, obviously, what we get from here on out. What have we got here? Right. Okay. Let's get back now. This cough. Brucey, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. If you haven't dropped a like on the stream yet, please do drop a like on the stream. You're gonna have to bear with me today because we've got a terrible cough. Can you cover the specific altcoin that will 10x in October? What's this from? What's this from? Is this what's this specific altcoin? What's this for? I don't know what that is, but is it maybe something from TMG? I don't know. You'll have to let me know. Asta, yeah, I'll have a look at Asta. Do you know if Stonksy takes into account any type of money flow or audible? Ask him. I know you asked this last week. Yes, yeah. Oh, sorry. I know you asked this last week. Dean SMFC is back now. Tag him in the Discord. Ask the question in the Discord. Ask him, and obviously he'll be able to give you an answer, a proper answer, a concrete answer. So, yeah, go and do that, and he'll be able to tell you. Yeah. Asta. Yeah, so Asta, these were the levels I had drawn out anyway, so we can maybe like obviously readjust these now. So these is what I was looking at, obviously built on last week's PA. Now we can get rid of this. So obviously for now we've got, you know, this 175 down to 170 kind of region holding, haven't we? In here, obviously bounced here, retested, bounced. So yeah, that's where we are currently obviously holding as demand. Resistance is coming in here, low time frame 187, and then of course, you know, up higher, just around, again, wherever you want to draw it, but anywhere in and around 212, maybe 210 is where we're at with that. And then of course, you know, obviously these highs here. So this is obviously low time frame. Again, the chart's not that old. The chart is only literally 10 days old, so not old at all. So obviously everything is really low time frame charting. But yeah, I think obviously just level to level, and then above there into here, and then above there, bang, there we go. See you later. That's what I'll be looking at for the upside. Obviously, the downside, we want this to hold. If we do go lower, you could definitely see a retest of here coming in. Now, obviously, again, let's just update this. So let's update that into there. So pull that into 140. I mean, this is obviously very far-fetched, but we'll leave it on there anyway. But yeah, if we did drop lower, obviously break through here, I'd probably then be looking in for 140 for a reaction. So that's obviously what I'm looking at with Asta. Now, CZ did tweet a fair bit about Asta yesterday, so it's not something I'm kind of actively looking to bet against. For anyone looking to short it, good luck. Do you know? Oh, right, that's the same one. Time to rip upwards. Oh, Bobby's loving it. Lol, that was you asking if we wanted you to cover any specific. Oh. I mean, I wish. Apex, hopefully. I mean, I'm in Apex, so I'm hoping that. I mean, a 10x on that would be great. I'd certainly welcome that, yeah, without a doubt. 10x Apex, I'd be more than happy. But yeah, obviously, CZ was tweeting about Asta yesterday, and I think he can only really say so much, obviously, with him not allowed to kind of obviously be formally a part of Binance anymore. He can really only say so much, but he's obviously tweeting a lot about Asta. If you understand this, Asta competes with Binance but helps BNB. BNB is its CZ's baby. Obviously so is Binance, but he obviously can't publicly have a hand in Binance for a good few years. I can't remember how many years it is he's banned from doing it. But of course, BNB, he can still be very much active with it. And again, here you go, another one about Asta, So he's kind of, he can only really do so much. But to me, what that's saying is kind of plain as day that obviously the attention is on Asta, and I think it's probably going to stay that way. Obviously, for you, other people interested in the other perp decks, I can't even remember what the handle is. Let me go on to this. So obviously, yeah, these announced a $12 million buyback. Wherever it is. Here. So $12 million initial commitment. So they're just going to literally just buy $12 million on chain, which is obviously a lot, considering it's only just over $200 million market cap. Could push it up quite nicely from there. $12 million, just obviously TWAPing into it. And then 50% of daily revenue scaling to 90% over time. And of course, Bybit have kind of come out, showed the hand, haven't they? Full support of Apex, obviously with Mantle as well. So, I mean, that shows to me that at $200 million or 180 what I bought at, it may be significantly undervalued. We'll see anyway, we'll see. But yeah, obviously just to cover that as well, for obviously while we're covering Asta. Asta went to what, $4 billion? Is Bybit's version really that far-fetched to go to $1 billion? Don't know. Obviously, do your own research. Not financial advice, not investment advice. But it's a trade I'm taking. And so far, not done too bad on it. There we go, 180. So currently 25% up, but I was up towards 40 a few hours ago. So yeah, not bad so far. And yeah, hoping to see where this goes, obviously, in the coming weeks or this week. I mean, yeah, send it 5x this week. I'll be very happy. But yeah, let me know anything else. What would you like me to cover? Are there any others? Any more for any more? So yeah, that's obviously Bitcoin covered, Ethereum, Solana, the DEX narrative, perp DEX narrative. Let me know what you're most interested in going into Q4. Obviously, Q4 starts on Wednesday. So let me know. Me and Wiz was actually talking about this on the in the lounge last night. So me and Wiz jumped into the lounge last night, and this thing actually full sent not long after. There was a few others that jumped into the lounge last night as well in the Discord. So obviously, if you don't know, the Sunday stream has been moved in-house into the Discord server. So obviously provide more value and exclusivity to Discord members. But also we will be doing one on Wednesday. So yeah, the Sunday stream is no longer on YouTube. We moved that into the Discord server. And then obviously I am running a lounge meeting as well on Wednesday morning. So nice little bonus edition. But yeah, this went up, yeah, like 20 odd % since we were talking about it last night in the lounge. So that is nice to see. And here is SMFC himself. Here he is. So SMFC, I do have a question for you while you're here. And this is something that Jeff has been asking me. Here is the question. So have a read of that. Do you know if Stonksy takes into account any type of money flow or order book? Jeff wants to know the answer, so I told him to ask you. While you've popped into here, you may as well answer it in the stream if he's not already asked it in the Discord server. I don't know. But yeah, welcome back. Obviously, SMFC greatly missed last week. Greatly missed as you were on holiday, mate. I missed you in the Discord. And yeah, I'm keen to have you back. It's great. Right. Dave, you get my undivided attention. Thank you very much. No money flow is not in Stonksy. So there you go. Question answered. Question answered. There we have it. Direct from the horse's mouth. No money flow in Stonksy. Now, should go and have a look to see what is going on in stocks. So obviously, since the S&P reopened last night, we are up around about $30 on the S&P. So that translates into Nvidia slightly up, Apple round about the same levels, Meta slightly up, same for Microsoft, Amazon slightly up. Tesla is just on a ripper in it. That's now up to 444, all the way up at $440. Is this now close to an all-time high or at an all-time high? No, it's close. So its all-time high was 487. I mean, what a trade this was while it was down at 300. You know, it was only 2 months ago. It's only 2 months ago that it was down at 300. So that is, you know, on a magnificent 7 stock as well. That's a gain of 46%. I tell you what, so the big TradFi guys, you know, the old wise ones, the proper TradFi guys must be absolutely eating with how the Magnificent Seven has performed. It's basically just been a rotation of capital in it. You know, you had the first ones to go, which were Nvidia and Meta. They were and Microsoft. Them three were kind of the first ones to go, break into all-time high after the April low. And then obviously it was just rotation then into Apple and Google. And then obviously the last one, Tesla, was the one waiting, weren't it? So just really good rotation play over in the S&P. And can we obviously get that on Bitcoin? Can we finally get going? I've been toying with some ideas that have grown into a seed while I've been away, though. I want to get some new stuff out. Ooh, Reeve's going to hike up VAT in the UK at budget. It's dead, mate, isn't it? It's dead. It's dead. Completely and utterly dead. They've single-handedly completely destroyed the country within, 14, 15 months. Unbelievable. I'm not a horse. He's a lion. Roar! Roar! Scottish, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. And Steve-O, how's the day going? It's not bad, mate. It's not bad. It's Monday. We're living it up. Now, I do have some exciting news for you guys. On Wednesday, me, Wiz, and SMFC will be meeting up in Manchester. We're going to be doing a meet-up in Manchester. The three of us are going to be meeting up to obviously record some content and stuff like that. Obviously, Dean probably won't come on camera, I imagine anyway. But me and Wiz will be recording a video to go up on the Stonksy channel. We will also probably stream as well while we're there. So it should be a good fun day Wednesday for those of you obviously that come and jump in. But yeah, obviously Wednesday, streaming wise, it might be a bit messed up, and we may just do an hour or something, whatever we can do while we're there. But yeah, Wednesday's going to be great. Me, Dean, and Wiz meeting up, get some content recorded, obviously bang heads, and yeah, just have a good time really. We're going to be doing a trade-in challenge, which should be fun. Obviously, that's going to be part of the video. So yeah, I'm keen to see what type of video we can put together. But yeah, it should be great. And we probably will, yeah, get a little stream on while we're there. Again, it might not be a long one, given that we're in public. What sort of content? Well, Wiz hasn't confirmed if he's bringing the baby oil or not, so I don't know yet. I'll have to let you know, mate. But of course, you can be first eyes. You can be first eyes exclusive viewer, first viewer. So I'll let you know if Wiz is bringing the supplies. Dean's probably sat there and I think I'm not coming anymore. No, so the plan is probably just go. Me and Wiz had the idea originally of like doing a day in Weatherspoons trading, and obviously only being able to buy food or drink with profits that we make from trading. So that's probably going to be the thesis of it, and we'll probably do that for a little bit. But then we're gonna obviously finish up with the content and whatever, and then go for some nice tea. What you feeling, Dean? I suggested to Wiz an Indian, because I love Indian. I just can't get enough of it. I would love to go for an Indian, but I'm up for whatever. So yeah, let me know what you'd be feeling. If you're feeling an Indian as well, we could outvote Wiz, and then Wiz just has to come along to the Indian, so that would be good. Indian is cool. Oh yeah, I've been craving one. The past couple of days. So where are we up to? Sol, yeah, obviously went down to 191 ish, but has more or less held, the 200 region. If we look on the daily, we did obviously drop below, but then reclaim straight away. So obviously big psychological level, big round number. So that's reclaimed that. B&B still above 1,000 with great stuff. Ever strong B&B. And obviously you would assume, obviously with the Asta narrative, that B&B may stay strong for a while. But in general, yeah, I think obviously altcoins, some of them don't look to have got that big of a bounce, to be fair. Some of them don't look to have got that big of a bounce. Obviously when we're flicking through here, what was that? What was that then? That was looking, yeah, H bar there. So some of them haven't had that, that big of a bounce. Some of them have had a decent bounce. Look at that. Oh, I missed it. Look at that on AVAX. So I didn't even realise that this come down to it, but this was what I was waiting for on AVAX, was a retest of this area, which obviously if we zoom out, let me just go to the 4-hour view for you, obviously was an SR test of resistance from, the past like 6-7 months. And it just missed my alert by 7 cents. So I didn't actually even realise that AVAX come back for that, which is annoying as hell, because I would have definitely have jumped on that, which obviously getting in anywhere in and around there would have been obviously a nice place to position for AVAX for a bounce if it's going to carry on up. So that is incredibly annoying. But yeah, things have had a decent bounce, but not major. Tell you what, Dupe looks kind of cooked, doesn't it? To be fair, especially obviously if something comes on to Solana that steals the market share of obviously Perpdex attention, Dupe could obviously find itself in a bit of a sticky situation. Kato, nice push up yesterday. Obviously did 50% since Friday. And then that's obviously back down 9% today. So we may see this full retrace, whatever. But yeah, up to now, we're obviously just waiting to see what Bitcoin's next move is. Now, this is going to be interesting. Let me get the poll going. I'm going to say... Now I'm going to change it a bit. Instead of obviously US Open, I'm going to do direction for the rest of today. So let me know in the chat. Now, obviously, yeah. So it's not for US Open today. I want to know your opinion where maybe we go for the rest of the day. Obviously, bear in mind that it's monthly end tomorrow. So yeah, I've got that up. Go vote in the poll. And then, yeah, we'll crack on. Okay. What should we go on to next? What should we look at next? Should we look at some liquidation? Should we look at some liquidation levels? And then I'll tell you what we need to do. I'll tell you what, before we do liquidation levels, let's see what we've actually got coming this week, because I've not checked. So I don't actually know. What have we got coming this week? Let's see, this week. Clear. US. So in terms of red importance, we've got ADP employment change and ISM manufacturing PMI on Wednesday. Then Friday, obviously we've got a few, but the big one being NFP. Obviously IMS services PMI later on. But obviously big one on Friday will be NFP, and big one for the week really, obviously NFP. It's going to be the biggest one of the week, but yeah, some not loads, but yeah, we've got definitely a few others. There may be some other, maybe medium importance ones as well. Now, the thing with FX Street is it doesn't have some as high importance that Forex Factory does. So there are a few crossovers where Forex Factory will have, I think it's jobless claims. I think it's jobless claims where on Forex Factory it's actually red importance. I think anyway, or maybe it's jolts. I can't remember, or maybe it's both. There's one or the two though where this is actually red importance on Forex Factory, where it's obviously only medium on FX Street. So obviously keep an eye out for those two as well in terms of obviously job data. Today and tomorrow is all about the news coming out. The US about a government shutdown or not will be volatile. They don't shut down, markets will fly. I don't know if they shut down though. May that not give the chance for the markets to fly as well? Because won't kind of everything just be paused until it comes back? So will we even have any data releases and stuff like that? So I don't know if that's actually maybe I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you think. But if there is a government shutdown, will that not then just pause like all data releases and stuff basically until FOMC at the end of October? I don't know. Let me know what you think. It may actually be the fact of it kind of just removes the noise and lets the markets carry on without having this constant like week after week of obviously just data. Anyway, 24-hour. We've obviously got some liquidity above, given that, obviously we're finding a stall in momentum on Bitcoin. Now, as you can see, we came out and cleared the low time frame high up here, and then obviously carried on. We have left, as you would imagine, liquidity below because obviously there are longs open from there. If we look on the 1 week, same thing, but you'll see this anyway. It doesn't mean that we're going to come after this liquidity. Doesn't mean that we're going to come and get it, because obviously at some point liquidity has to be left behind because obviously a trend starts trending. But, obviously with it being monthly end, month open, could we, could we do something like this, quick fake out and then maybe something like that? I don't know. I don't really know if I'm planning for that or maybe the idea of that, but it's definitely, obviously a possibility that something like that could happen leading into October. So we'll soon see. But yeah, that's obviously them. No, if you look back in history, the shutdowns caused Thompson. Right, okay, well, yeah, I suppose maybe it makes sense. Maybe create some uncertainty. around everything, I imagine. Let's get these likes up. We've got 20 viewers, 12 likes, which is not bad, over a majority, but let's try and get this obviously towards the max amount of views. So if you haven't liked, please do scroll down, hit the like button, and of course, do make sure if you're not, subscribe. Let me know what you would like me to look at next. Still got the BPN level marked out there. Obviously, BPN legend in the chat. I don't think he's here today yet, but this was the level he was looking at. So I've got it marked out on my chart just for him to see if we ever obviously come down and test that or drop down towards there. But yeah, I think apart from that, it's obviously not really much to cover, is there? I don't think. Not really much going on. I suppose maybe we could maybe round up September and look at the monthly candle. I believe the 3-month candles, because obviously it's a quarterly close, aren't looking that great across some things. If you obviously take into the account of quarterly candles anyway. But yeah, I believe that they're not looking too great. So that's maybe what we'll cover next. I am going to go to the toilet though, because Bitmain stock over. Yeah, okay. We'll have a look at them. Obviously, yeah. Wiz put it into the Stonksy Discord, didn't he? About longing MicroStrategy, which I think has had a where is it today? Yeah, so Wiz put into the Stonksy Discord about longing this on Thursday/Friday. It's obviously had a nice bounce now, back up to 315. So we'll cover these when I get back. Just be back in a few minutes, run to the toilet, and then of course be ready to crack on then until the end of the stream. So yeah, don't go anywhere. You've got time to obviously go and get a drink, go to the toilet yourself, just sit there chilling, whatever. But I'll be back in just a little few minutes. Don't go anywhere, and I'll be back shortly. back. How are we all? Thank you very much for remaining patient and waiting for me. That is my toilet break done. So don't worry, I won't be going anywhere now until the end of the stream. Oh, Apex has come back down a bit. Oh, that's a nasty hourly candle, isn't it? That is a nasty hourly candle. But we'll carry on rocking. So what have we got in the chat? So yeah, Bitmine stock. How regularly does the Stonksy bot open trades? It depends, really. I mean, it depends. Obviously, the LF one, I believe, maybe has been doing one. I mean, maybe once a day, maybe once every 2 days. Am I right about that, Dean? But obviously, Dean is exploring changing over the high frequency one to a different one. So that obviously takes more trades. But yeah, obviously exploring doing that. So that's just reminded me of something. Actually, Dean, I've messaged her. I've just messaged her. But yeah, roughly, I would say, yeah. The US shutdowns were these dates if you want to look back and see how the market reacts. January 2018, December 2019, October 2013. Yeah, cheers for that. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, let's go and take a look, and then we'll take a look at that, and then we'll go and have a look at some crypto stocks, which Nick has requested. So yeah, let's do that. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take a look at the S&P 500 first, and then we will go and have a look at Bitcoin. I'll just do the previous 2 dates. I won't go back to 2013. So they were, let me just check. December 2019, middle. Let's see. So we had, oh yeah, to be fair, the sell-off actually came into it, didn't it? If you look at there in December 2018, that's right, isn't it? Yeah. No, wrong one. January 2018 and then December 2019. Sorry, I got that mixed up. Let's go do this one then. So January. What am I doing here? January 2018. Why am I finding this so hard to do? Oh yeah, right. So we corrected there. Yeah. So as you can see, I'm guessing this is where it was. So through that process, we corrected 12% on the S&P, which then obviously we got a bounce back from. So that was that. And then what was the other? Middle of December 2019. So that was obviously right before the COVID crash, wasn't it? So middle of December. Wasn't actually anything there, was there? There wasn't anything on that one. There wasn't anything on that one. So there was a crash on that. Now let's obviously see what Bitcoin is saying about that. Let's see obviously what Bitcoin is saying. Let's remove these. So we've got January 2018. See, what's a bit blurred about this with Bitcoin though is obviously looking at these dates. So like late January here is that this was tied into the market correction anyway. So this was the market top. You know, this was the market top and Bitcoin was correcting anyway. So that's what kind of gives it a bit of, yeah, maybe obviously you can see it did dump there, you know, obviously mid to late January, but Bitcoin was already in a corrective phase after topping out. As you can see, we just carried on the downtrend for a bit. So you are right in what you're saying, definitely Scottish, yeah. But obviously Bitcoin was already in a corrective phase after cycle topping. Obviously the other one was December 2019. Again, there wasn't really anything there, was there? It was just kind of in this. It was just kind of in that little consolidation there. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't know what the odds are on Polymarket. What are the odds on Polymarket now for this to happen? Good to know that, and also thanks for taking time to go through that. Yeah, no worries, mate, no worries. Any time. Right, let's have a look at some crypto related stocks. Coinbase did actually have a really nice bounce, didn't it? And then obviously slammed down into last week. It's up pre-market. I suppose let's look at the daily for these. Again, Coinbase is just still kind of obviously within this consolidation, so nothing really majorly different on Coinbase. Obviously, the big one is MicroStrategy MSTR, so that's obviously up nicely from the lows. Now, can obviously this turn around? Because as we know, typically MSTR kind of front runs any Bitcoin kind of move. So I think obviously if we start getting like a push up on MSTR, even if Bitcoin's just still hanging around, if it goes up a bit higher or whatever, but if this obviously starts to trend a bit more and, obviously start trending maybe back towards 400 or whatever, that could allude to obviously an incoming Bitcoin move. Metaplanet keeps coming down. I may be interested in if Metaplanet gets all the way down to it, I'm going to be interested in picking some up for sure. Circle, obviously, perfect really play. I just didn't. I mean, this would have been a perfect play. I just didn't take it. So really asleep at the wheel with Circle, but obviously came down initially into the buy zone, then bounced up perfectly into SR, and then was obviously sold off again. So that would have been long, short, and then obviously get back long upon the retrace. So that's where we're at with that. Robinhood just keeps ripping. Gemini. So Gemini is actually quite interesting now because it started to consolidate. So obviously IPO'd, sold off, and now we're consolidating for a good few days. So maybe this is a base being built on Gemini. This is obviously what I wanted to see. So yeah, I'm interested in Gemini. I don't have any, haven't picked up any up yet, but I am interested in it, that's for sure. Tron keeps just kind of slowly dropping down. So close to closing that gap now as well. We are just 30% away from closing the gap, which could be a good one. SBET just hanging around in it. SBET just hanging around. So SBET Ethereum buyers. UPXI, Solana buyers, again, just kind of hanging around, not really doing much. Bitminer. This has had a bit more volatility. Bitmine. Obviously, it's corrected a bit, but generally, again, just kind of copy and paste in it on these charts of the treasury ones. Just obviously up, down, up, down. Not really doing much. I mean, what a rally that was off that though. Unbelievable. But yeah, if you do want me to, if there's any that you want me to cover, I mean, we've got miners here. Miners have been performing quite well, while obviously Bitcoin's not been doing well throughout September. If you look at miners, I mean, look at BitDeer. BitDeer is obviously one of the best miners in terms of efficiency. We've covered that on the channel before, but these have been performing great. I mean, you look at BitDeer up nicely throughout September. Marathon was as well, sold off, but obviously, at a given point, it was up about 25%, 20%. Riot's done well. I don't have all the miners on here, but you can just see, obviously, how well miners have performed in September compared to Bitcoin. Iron's corrected a bit, but, still, you look at the performance on that. So, yeah, miners have been doing really, really well. And I don't know whether that's just because of something specific or what, but, yeah, they've been doing really well. Yeah, we've got just over 25 minutes to go until US Open. Do make sure you vote in the poll. Let's see what it's doing. 57%, 14 votes. So there are a few of you that haven't voted in the poll and haven't liked. Please do make sure you fix them. Definitely make sure you drop a like. Make sure you drop a subscribe. But yeah, make sure you vote in on the poll and let me know where you think we're going for the rest of the day. Obviously, a bit of a change to the typical one. But yeah, I'm keen to know where you think we're going for the rest of the day. Just need to clear my throat a bit again. Right. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Yeah. So that's where we're up to with that. Oh, I tell you what, Apex had a very, very strong sell-off on it while we've been streaming. Asta obviously been selling off as well. But yeah, that's a pretty harsh sell-off. So yeah, it's nearly coming back down to my entry now after being up quite nicely, which is disappointing, to be fair. Disappointing, but I'll continue to hold anyway, regardless. But yeah, that's where we're up to with that. Anyway, can we look at H-bar? Shits and gigs says, can we look at H-bar? Can we? Can we? Yeah, we can. It's kind of teetering on that point, isn't it? I mean, if you look at obviously the last time we looked at it, let me just get rid of this box. Let me get rid of this box. And obviously, if you look at the last time we looked at it, obviously talk about, you know, maybe a breakdown on H-bar. It's obviously still trying to hold, you know, this daily in it. Still trying to hold the daily level, obviously. Resistance up here. But it's still trying to hold. Obviously, it dropped out of it on Thursday, reclaimed it, but it is testing it. It's teetering on now. There may be maybe there's a level on the 4 hour, which shows maybe where we could bounce before falling all the way down. Let's see. So yeah, maybe in here, maybe we don't get like a massively harsh drop. You know, you could obviously see it bouncing within here. Now, obviously, that is quite close to this. You'd probably want it to go down there. But, you know, maybe we come down in towards the lower end of this consolidation here that we had. So maybe it might not drop all the way down. Again, you know, that's the beauty of coming down different time frames. But ultimately, let me just mark that out. Yeah, so that's probably what I would say. Obviously, let's go back to the daily. And these two regions, and obviously you can see that lines up great with the daily in there too as well. So we have a bounce, obviously, from here, hold this region, and then obviously come and retest resistance again up at 25 cents. Or obviously one level to the downside where you look for a bounce, or ultimately, obviously, then into there. The choice is yours. But, I mean, it's clear. You know, the invalidation's clear for both. And yeah, the route that it takes is clear for both as well. And again, you know, to the upside there, just nothing's changed. Literally up into here, up into supply is what we're looking for. And then I don't know what's going on here with these random arrows, but yeah, that's obviously what we're looking for in H-bar. So not much change. Still yet to really obviously properly break one way or another. But yeah, we're keep a close eye on it, that's for sure. I'm sure you won't let me do otherwise, will you, shits and gigs? I'm sure you won't let me do otherwise. I tell you what, my throat feels dead achy, and my legs are dead achy today as well. I hope I'm not coming down with something, especially for Wednesday's big bash. Let's see what Apex is doing. It's annoying knowing that I was 40% up this morning and now I'm only just up. That is so annoying. Yeah, that is so annoying. Oh well. We carry on. Thanks. Yeah, no worries, mate. If anyone else wants me to look at anything specific, obviously do get it into the chat. Let me know. Let me know what you want me to look at. Say, yo, will you please look at this? And I'll say, yo, yeah, probably. So, yeah, just let me know. You know what to do. You know what to do. yeah, obviously Bitcoin. Where are we going to go next? Nice move out of the compression, but can we build on this momentum and carry on upwards? Is obviously what we want to know, isn't it? That is the key thing from here. Just gonna try and clear my throat again. Let's carry on. Thought on Kramer's tweet today. Let's see. Let's go and see. Legs are killing me today. Got achy legs, which is not very good, is it? Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, it's over. We had a nice rally. It's over. Pack up your stuff, everyone. It's over. Let's see the comments on this. Buy Bitcoin. I love how everyone reacts to these. I love just the feel and the vibe on everyone reacting. The top is in. No more tweets like this. Please don't do this. That's a great meme. That it's so fucking over. I love that. Just how everyone reacts the same to this. Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong every time. That's the thing, and it's not wrong every time. So, Sui. Let's see. Sui. Where are we on Sui? Right, yeah, let me compress this down a bit. I really need to go off. I mean, really, Sui. You know the daily pivot. Oh, not Siri. Sui has had the same daily pivot for ages now. Obviously, this is where we want on the daily to claim. To the downside, if you notice, we just keep going lower on the daily. So lower. So we're just putting in lower lows very gradually, but we are putting in lower lows. Now, obviously, we could come in to maybe say here. Obviously, that probably suits well on the 4 hour as well. But we could also get a nice bounce, obviously, if the market takes it with us. Really, what we want is obviously Bitcoin to take it back up and get some relief on that Bitcoin dominance again. So ETH can get some of its strength back, which obviously will then transpire into altcoins. If you look at Bitcoin dominance, we've obviously just been gradually going back up since the middle of the month. So we hit, what did we hit? Just shy of 57%. And then obviously just been gradually, slowly just building back up. If you look at ETH Bitcoin, obviously that has been just slowly falling off, and obviously has had quite a solid fall off. Came in right into where we was looking though, didn't it? Came right into where we was looking, and then it fell off on this horizontal / diagonal. But yeah, obviously that's what we want. We obviously want Bitcoin to pump up and prop up the market, but we do want that also relief on dominance if we can. Now that probably won't come until we get some greater Bitcoin rally, you would assume, given that there's not really much point in Bitcoin rotating into anything else. But we could obviously just get overall ETH strength. Again, ETH came back for a very nice SR test on the daily. Strong SR test there. And yeah, we've obviously, depending on where you draw the low, but this was obviously where we was looking to hold in and around here. We've reclaimed that, so yeah, I think a lot of these are just kind of dependent on the overall market. Yeah, they'll have spells of obviously being stronger and weaker, but really, obviously, they're just waiting for overall market strength. What are we reacting to? The fact that Delta's in the house. Delta? The Delta fella? How's it hanging, the Delta fella? Thank you very much for everyone that voted on the poll. So it was actually quite close in the end, but obviously just a small majority of you guys think that we are going up today. So that's where we're at with that. Now I will a quick inside thing for you guys is we will be running I'll be running some sort of competition to get some a free Stonksy plan for maybe a couple months or something. So watch out for that. It will be obviously a Google form and you guys will be able to see it. I'll plug it obviously on the stream as well. Probably have it out for tomorrow. Yeah, but do make sure obviously you come and fill in that as well. Right. Can I have it? You don't need it. You don't need it. Right. Let's get back to it. This throat of mine is killing me today. And these legs are so achy. Just let me pour another coffee. Right, let's carry on and just hang on. Right, let's carry on. Dave, you are getting what I'm just getting over. Told you it was a nasty one. Yeah, I think so. I mean, my legs, my throat is like sore, like proper sore. Feels like I can't even get my words out really when I'm speaking. But my legs, like, I mean, obviously you can imagine that this is more so a mentally strenuous job than physically. So, and I didn't really do that much over the weekend to warrant achy legs. So I think maybe I am coming down with something. Yeah. Oh man, just gonna have to just try and stretch them out or something. But yeah, I hope not. Anyway, I hope not because I don't want to be ill. What come first, the chicken or the egg? Well, if you think about it, in some form, actually, when you think about this question, the chicken actually had to come first because at some point, the chicken evolved to then give birth to a chicken, if you know what I mean. So at some point, obviously, a chicken evolved, or was it maybe the egg? Because obviously, as evolution, obviously things evolve and stuff like that. At some point, a chicken had to become a chicken. Obviously, it didn't just appear out of thin air, did it? And just appear out of nowhere. It was obviously something else that then evolved into a chicken. But then maybe like, was it born different and then obviously became a chicken? I don't know. Vote. We've already done the vote. We've already done the vote. Oh, a vote. Oh, what came? All right then. Yeah, let's do the vote. Let's do a vote on it. There you go. Go on. Go wild. Go wild with it. Eggs predate chickens by millions of years. Yeah, but are we not talking about a chicken egg? Not just any general egg. Are we not talking about like a chicken egg? I thought that's what we were talking about. I'm interested to see where this vote goes, though. Right. Let's carry on, shall we? Come on then, Bitcoin. Come on then. Let's get your pump on. Get your pump on. Has to be chicken. It morphed and developed the ability to lay eggs. That's thought. Then he abnormally became a generic change. Yeah, well, see, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. But then, obviously, that chicken was born from an egg. Do you know what I mean? So that's the confusion that I'm getting. Is obviously that was kind of my same. That was kind of my same thoughts. Is that obviously the chicken, the act of laying eggs before the chicken. So a proto chicken laid the egg, which hatched into the first chicken. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'll tell you what. Should we ask Grok? Let's ask Grok. Let's see what Grok thinks. There you go. The egg came first. Evolutionary biology suggests that birds evolved from reptilian ancestors, and genetic mutations in those ancestors' eggs led to the first true chickens. So the egg containing the proto chicken. You've just got that from Grok. The proto chicken. You've just got that from Grok, SMFC. You've been caught out there with that term proto chicken. There's no way you use that, surely. There we go. So it's answered. So those of people that put egg in the chat were actually right. Well done. Those people that put egg in the chat were right. So congrats. Those people that put chicken wrong. How's the hype trade? The hype trade went well, mate. Closed it out. The Solana one got stopped, and when I got stopped, literally by like cents. But the hype one, the hype one went pretty decent. It recovered the Sol loss and some. So yeah, that was good. I nicked the term proto. Couldn't think of a word for it. Yeah. Whatever. We've got 7 minutes to go until US Open. What should we put on the screen? Let's see. Everyone's favorite at the moment is Asta. Let me know your thoughts on Asta. Oh, short in Asta, buying hype was meta. Is that what you did, BPN? Yeah. Is that what you did? Is that what you did, mate? Right. Yeah, not in a short anymore though. New day, new coin. Do you take mostly like scalp/day trades? Do you VPN? Is that what mostly you're into? Bingo, Nick. Skynet. What the hell is Skynet? This? No. Skynet. What the hell is Skynet? It's alright, it's not crypto. This? Skynet Cloud Systems. This thing. Behave. Just try and make profits. Well, that's the game, innit? Skynet was the AI program that ran the Terminators in the movie. Oh, right. So it's not this thing then. It's not that thing. Shows how much I can't even really remember. I haven't watched Terminator in... Must have been like an early teenager last time I watched Terminator. Can't really remember it, to be honest. Right, we are getting ready for US Open. We've got 3 minutes to go. So, yeah. Let's get excited. Alright, let's go. He was responding. All right. Pellin, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, to be honest, we've just been reviewing, obviously, the move on Bitcoin led into altcoins, and that's pretty much it. You know, we've obviously had a good move, but it's not massively affected altcoins, as you can see. Not massively, anyway. You know, things haven't moved like a great ton, which obviously maybe leaves things in a vulnerable position. Obviously, if Bitcoin ends up completely retracing this move, we could, fingers crossed not, but, you know, obviously see a bit of a slashing across altcoins, which let's hope we go up more from here, is what we want, innit? AI has a time and a place. Do you know what? I have been finding myself, though. Let me go on to the 1 minute while we get US Open. I'll tell you what, I have been finding myself, though, using Grok more over the past, like, 2 weeks, I think. Where maybe I would go and type something into Google. I am now literally just going on Grok to ask it things. which is interesting because I haven't really done that up until maybe about 2 weeks ago. I don't really know why. Maybe it's just because this is the sign of humans just getting lazy. But I have just started going on to Grok, just saying like, tell me this, or asking it a question or whatever, which maybe you would obviously typically go on to Google for. So it is actually interesting, yeah. But it's such a good tool. I mean, I just use Grok because it's easy, because it's obviously on X, like, it's just easy, innit? But yeah. Anyway, we're about to get US Open, so let's see what we get. And there we go. There we go. We've got market open. It's not perfect, but I use it on holiday bird watching. What, Grok? Or just AI for what? To ask it like what type of birds it was. I don't trust it all. It's programmed at the end of the day. I just still use Google. I still have an iPhone with a button, mate. Yeah, but you get like you get an actual answer, don't you? Like you don't have to sift through. I use Manus AI to review my stock portfolio every morning. It's worked so far. I have seen a lot of people doing this, of asking like, an AI saying like, what should I buy or whatever. It's quite interesting. Manus is it? I've never heard of this one before. Manus. I've never heard of it. What have I been missing? Oh, I'll tell you what, got a lot of viewers in. Suddenly had a big viewer surge. Make sure you drop a like. For those of you that have just jumped in, thank you very much for jumping in. Make sure you drop a like. This is the Stonksy channel. We cover all things markets. And yeah, if you've got any questions, drop them into the chat. Obviously, if you've got any questions about the market or an individual altcoin or Bitcoin, whatever it may be. Of course, we are the Stonksy company as well. We provide Stonksy, which is an indicator and oscillator. Also, Discord server and trading bots that we run on BLOFIN. So, yeah, you can join that today. It's linked in the description. Take to the Stonksy website. There's various plans to choose from. So, yeah, get involved if you're not. It's great. Great place to be. What have we got here? Where else can you get alpha, like, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Exactly. Well, it's the age-old question, isn't it? And now if anyone asks you, you can formally say the egg came first. What do you think? Sol 176, ETH 3,700 to 800, Bitcoin 97 to 100k, and start of this long-awaited cycle. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, so you're looking for maybe one more drop. Why though? Like, what's kind of the theory around one more drop? Do you think what's like the catalyst, or do you think it's just organic selling, or do you think there's going to be a catalyst for maybe like obviously a bigger shakeout? Because that's obviously like another 10% drop on Bitcoin from here. So what are you kind of thinking on that? I think if we got a 10% drop on Bitcoin, I think you're probably going to see ETH go lower than 3,700 to 800, considering it went to 3,800 on this dip. Considering that it went to 3,800 almost, it went to, what did it go to? Yeah, 3,820 on this dip. If Bitcoin drops another 10%, probably looking at ETH to 3,000. It's probably taking out this low. Honestly, seriously, if Bitcoin drops 10% from here, probably ETH takes out this low, is what you're looking for. So I suppose it's a case of be careful what you wish for. There's no way that ETH holds this while Bitcoin's dropping 10%. No way. Solana, on the other hand, so you're saying 176, so about into here. I mean, yeah, to be fair, you could see that. I like this region as daily demand, daily support. So that is a nice region itself. Again, what would that be? So again, 15% drop. It's just not happening, is it? It's just not going to happen on a 10% Bitcoin drop with obviously how the market still is with Bitcoin and alts. You're probably looking into here, I would imagine 160. If Bitcoin drops to 97 to 100, you're probably looking in here 23% is what my guess would be anyway. So yeah, again, probably maybe a case of be careful what you wish for. Because below 108k heat map, it's blank space. Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. I just think obviously it would, if Bitcoin went down there, it wouldn't be like an end of the world scenario or whatever. It would just be a bigger drop on altcoins maybe than people expect or are expecting. I think obviously you're probably looking all the way down on solana to lower levels. No, I don't think so. I think we could get a 10% drop on Bitcoin and still be fine. It may just be that the cycle goes on longer. So obviously, is there like how much time is there in Q4? Because obviously that's basically what we're in, isn't it? You know, Wednesdays to start Q4 to have the 10% drop unfold, then obviously start to build the rally, and then obviously maybe rally past all-time highs. Is there enough time in Q4 given that Bitcoin doesn't really trend until it breaks its all-time high? Obviously, it takes a while. So I don't know whether there's enough time for that to happen in Q4 and then obviously get the market top in Q4. Maybe it goes on into next year then. I don't know. But I don't think there's probably enough time to have that drop happen. Then obviously have this slow moving Bitcoin that we get now. Obviously grinding back up towards all-time high and then break all-time high. I don't know. I could be wrong, but leverage, bro. No, I just can't see it. We don't get the volatile moves, do we? We don't get the volatile moves. I mean, look at this. So this move here was only less than an 8% drop. This move here was only less than an 8% drop. And that took a full week to happen. So obviously, say for instance that like this happens straight away into and this is obviously the earliest possibility. You're wanting it to happen straight away into Q4. So you drop down there. You then obviously probably spend maybe like after a drop like that, you probably get some consolidation in and around here for a week or so. So then you're into the middle of October. You then obviously need to spend the rest of October grinding upwards. Then you're into November, maybe. I don't know. We'd have to see. It's possible. It's possible. It doesn't. Yeah, it's possible, and it doesn't mean that the cycle will be over if that happened for sure. I just don't know if there's enough time for that to happen, and then obviously get the cycle top in Q4. But I have Stonksy in my bookmark since 2 weeks, but I didn't sign up. You should do, mate. You should. It'd be great to welcome you. It'd be great to welcome you over. Plenty going on in terms of Stonksy and of course in the Discord. We've now moved the Sunday live streams into the Discord server. We also have added lounge meetings on a Wednesday morning. So I'm hosting a lounge meeting on a Wednesday morning just to get everyone together and discuss the market and whatever. Then, yeah, the Sunday live stream has been moved into the Discord. And yeah, obviously, depending on what package you get, if you get all of them apart from the oscillator only one, of course, you get full indicator, oscillator, Discord server, and trading bot access. So it'd be great to welcome you over, Lawrence. Yeah, it'd be great to have you over. Hopefully to see you over soon. So yeah. Let's crack on anyway. Let's crack on, shall we? Yeah. Right. I need a toilet again, but I'm not going. Not going until the end of the stream. I forgot I've got anything going on here. I mean, it's good that we've had this reaction on US Open, isn't it? Last week, a lot of US Opens we got was basically nullified. There wasn't really much. So the fact that we're going up is a good sign for sure. What have we got on? What's the S&P doing? So that's actually a good sign here. The S&P's going down, but we have got Bitcoin going up, which is just fantastic, really. Considering that we've negatively trended the S&P for a while now. Yeah, get excited. I'm excited going into Q4. I'm very excited going into Q4. How is DXY looking against the pound? Let's see, shall we? Let's see. There we go. So the levels be leveling. Obviously, very high time frame, but this blue line, this blue box, very, very key high time frame wise. Pound's still strong. Obviously, it's retraced a bit all the way up there, didn't it? It's now down to 134, but still very strong against the dollar. Now, the pound is obviously still yet to come into this high time frame SR. As you can see, where it's testing at the moment, the blue box is just monthly SR. As you can see, just inside this bigger range is monthly SR. So you could call it a halfway point, you could call it a splitting of the range, whatever. But you can see the monthly price action around that. However, obviously super high time frame is this entrance in towards 142. And I've had this drawn out for probably the best part of a year, maybe. I don't know. I really look at this, but I've had it drawn out for obviously ages. And this is obviously still waiting to happen. Now, I don't know if we get up here. Obviously, the thing is, depending on where you are, this is either good and bad, isn't it? Because obviously, if you are a UK citizen and you sell crypto, you then obviously have to exit out of dollars into pounds, which means that you're not really getting as much compared to obviously at the start of the year. Obviously, when the pound was all the way back at 120, you were able to get out of Tether or USDC into pounds at a better exchange rate. You kind of get slammed from it now. Pound is going to tank. Maybe, yeah. I would probably say that that's maybe what the FX guys are maybe expecting. It's just a complete nuclear hit on the pound once this budget comes. But there is obviously basically 2 months because it's at the end of November, isn't it, when the budget is. So there is a while to go yet. But yeah, Bitcoin. Oh, look at it. Oh, look at Bitcoin go. Look at Bitcoin go. So we're coming towards now the first supply area of interest on Bitcoin. Look at this. There we go. What a pump. What a pump. After open, that is. Major pump. Now we are coming into obviously that supply area that we've been looking at, so it's interesting to see what's going to happen from here. Right, let's move on to... Let's move on to... Wow. Look at Bitcoin go. Oh, what have I done here? Hang on. Hang on. Oh, no. I have... Right, hang on. Everything's going wrong today. Hang on. Everything is going wrong today now. Hang on. Right, so that's froze. It is rallying hard, isn't it? It's rallying hard. So we are coming into this first supply area now, and look at that from Stonksy. So obviously, for anyone watching that may be new to Stonksy and hasn't used it yet, or is thinking about getting it, just look at this on the 1 hour. Traded it down from just below 116k, and then yesterday got out of the red into the green and caught the rip up. But we are into the first area. So I draw this out before, didn't I? Obviously, move into here. We could go deeper into here, but this is obviously maybe where Bitcoin finds some resistance and obviously supply comes in. So it's definitely something to keep an eye out on. If we clear that, obviously, like I said, I think we probably head towards the second supply area then, which would obviously show massive strength considering it if it just blows through here. But that is a great reaction on US Open, considering obviously that the S&P is red on the hour and we have been negatively trending the S&P. This obviously shows some good strength, and we are getting a mighty push now. My mic is gone. Has it? Are you sure? Should be working fine, I think. My mic is gone. Wait, because I just reloaded the window to try and fix whatever issue this is. Should be fine now, no? No? I think it should be fine. Let me know anyway. Coding saying right, we're fine now. So let me just go back to this. What question is Stonksy easy to use? Yes, very easy to use. So first off, obviously, you'll notice that there's two different parts to Stonksy. So obviously we have what's on the chart itself. So what comes part of the indicator is the background color change, the channels, these automated SR lines, and we have obviously bullish and bearish arrows. We then have obviously the oscillator, which comes with the momentum oscillator. Then that has its own bullish bearish arrows, and then it does have overbought and oversold signals as well. So there are two different parts. Obviously, it's split up into obviously the Stonksy one on the screen that you can see there, and then obviously the oscillator there. Then obviously you get full access to the Discord server and access to the trading bots that we run on BLOFIN. Now, is it easy to use? Yeah, it's very easy to use. We've got plenty of content on the channel for tutorials, but if you do need any like direct help, obviously in the Discord, you can ask any questions that you want to get your head around it. And obviously any help that you need in setting it up, or obviously understanding what certain feature does what, or how to benefit from it or use it. But yeah, it's very, very easy to get started and obviously load in. So yeah, hope to see you over, mate. Hope to see you over. It'd be great to have you. Oh right, BPN says that he could hear me the whole time. So I don't know what was going on. I don't know whether it was a YouTube issue or what. But apparently BPN could hear me the whole time, which is obviously good and bad at the same time, because maybe it wasn't a me issue, maybe it was a YouTube issue or something. I don't know. Yeah, into a great area on Bitcoin. Great area on Bitcoin. So yeah, I'm pretty. What's Apex doing? Oh yeah, that's a nice. Yeah, push back up, you. Yeah, go all the way back up. So yeah, this is this looking interesting. So from here, obviously, we're either going to carry on up towards here, in my view, or obviously sell off. We'll maybe see how strong this momentum is now on Bitcoin at this point. Hopefully we carry on, because obviously that would be good for the overall market. But yeah, at least I'm back. Let's see what is everything else doing on this pump. So ETH is now pushing deep, obviously, into this zone that we had. So obviously this is where we previously traded on here. Now obviously we could just come and stick, a line on there, which is obviously where we found resistance last week. So still room to run on ETH for that. It's still negative on ETH Bitcoin for the day as well, but maybe that has got time to start pushing up. Sol, again, not really following that strongly. Sol at the moment, as you can see, we're not even upon the daily highs yet. So Sol a little bit weaker than certainly ETH and Bitcoin itself. But then you can see on altcoins again, a lot of them are particularly still showing signs of weakness. Bada boom, bada bow. But yeah, good first sign. It's good to see. It's good to see Bitcoin with that. But yeah, we want to try and hold momentum if we can. We want to try and hold momentum if we can. Right. So as you can see, we started stalling now on Bitcoin a bit, haven't we? We came up, started stalling ever so slightly. This is probably where we need to go down to the lower time frame. But what a great impulse candle that was. Two impulse candles really, but obviously this one led to this, but that was just bang. There we go. Nearly a $1,000 5-minute candle. Which is very, very nice to see, of course. Yeah, Pump had its own move yesterday, didn't it? So that's what meme coin's doing. Should we see what memes are doing? Let's go on to the daily. A lot of retrace, very harshly, haven't we? I mean, look at SPX. SPX down back in towards where it found, obviously, demand back in June. Risk reward standpoint, that was great when it was at the low 90s. Again, this is something that I didn't even look at late last week. But, you know, back in the low 90s, that was great risk reward there. Fartcoin, bit of a worrying time for Fartcoin, really, because as you see, you would think next stop for it could be down towards 40 cents. Seems like the hot air is drained from it. Pengu, again, worrying times for Pengu because it's now obviously fell out of the range, as you can see. It fell out of the range and is now obviously finding resistance where we had the range demand. So could be a worrying time for Pengu. Whiff, same thing, you know, same kind of thing. So yeah, it's not looking amazing, is it? It's not looking amazing for some of the big memes. Let's go. I mean, great daily candle so far on Bitcoin. But there you go. There's the rejection so far. So obviously, you know, your risk reward for a short was obviously as we entered into here, which we marked out. Again, I'm not really sure which way I would swing. Personally, I wouldn't try and short this because obviously my bias is to go up. So I'm just biased because of my spot bags. But yeah, as a trader standpoint, obviously you got your risk reward, you know, from when we come up to there. But that move maybe, hopefully, shows a continuation of momentum. We'll soon see. Either that or this was a fake out on open and then we fall off. But yeah, Lawrence, hope to see you in the Discord very soon, mate. Hope to see that you join up. To everyone else, thank you very much for joining me today. It's always an honor to provide entertainment to you and market analysis. Obviously, be back tomorrow. We will have Wiz on the channel tomorrow as well. I will be going on his channel as well in the morning, so watch out for that. And of course, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. Links to BLOFIN is in the description, obviously, where we are partnered with. We also have a non-KYC option, another non-KYC option in KCEX, so that's in the description too. Obviously, BLOFIN and KCEX, both non-KYC. And of course, join Stonksy. If you want to be like Lawrence, thinking about joining Stonksy, take the plunge, do it, and obviously, you will reap the benefits. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.